everybody, once again undertaking a unilateral utterance of big events from WWE Universe and organising them undisputedly into alphabetical order. My name is Tom Campbell and this is the letter U on the A to Z of WWE. U is for the Ultimate Warrior! Nobody burst onto the wrestling scene quite like the Dingo Warrior, the Ultimate Warrior. It's SummerSlam 1988. He won his first championship gold, becoming the Intercontinental Champion, defeating the Honky Tonk Man in less than a minute. The Rocket was strapped to his back, and at WrestleMania 6, he was to take on Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship in the Ultimate Challenge. One of the highlights of the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior rivalry wasn't the matches, it was the promos that Ultimate Warrior delivered in the run-up to their collision at the Sky Dome. I've written down one of Ultimate Warrior's promos that he used in the run-up to WrestleMania 6. Wanted to do this off the top of my head, but nah, not happening. As you, Hulk Hogan, travel to WrestleMania, by conventional means, the normals you travel with experience malfunctions. As you realize all that is left is total self-destruction. Do you, Hulk Hogan, show self-pity? Do you, Hulk Hogan, try to reason why? Do you, Hulk Hogan, try and comfort the normals that even more fear than you? Or do you, Hulk Hogan, kick the doors out? Kick the cockpit door down. Take the pilots that have already made the sacrifice so that you can face the challenge. Dispose of them, Hulk Hogan! Assume the controls, Hulk Hogan! Shove the control into a nosedive, Hulk Hogan! Push yourself to total self-destruction as you realize, Hulk Hogan, you are about to enter a world close to parts unknown. Yeah. I've got a headache now. Ultimate Warrior would have some issues with management, to put it lightly, that would result in him leaving the company in 1991. He would return in 96 in classic Warrior style, destroying Hunter Hearst Helmsley in less than a minute at WrestleMania. He would be gone by the summer of that year, and the next time we would see Ultimate Warrior was as he was being inducted into the 2014 Hall of Fame. He appeared on Monday Night Raw following that to cut a classic Ultimate Warrior speech, a classic Ultimate Warrior promo, and the following day, Ultimate Warrior passed away. The timing was surreal for Ultimate Warrior to have been gone, estranged from the company for so long, and then come back and then pass away so soon after. Ultimate Warrior lives on in WWE through the Warrior Award presented by his wife Dana Warrior to those who have shown incredible courage and strength that captures the spirit of the Ultimate Warrior. U is for United Kingdom. There's a lot of love for the UK in the company, and back the other way too. It was in 1992 that SummerSlam emanated from Wembley Stadium in London, England, and we saw the British Bulldog become the Intercontinental Championship in the main event. For a while, UK fans of the WWF and WWE got exclusive pay-per-view events like Battle at the Royal Albert Hall, One Night Only, Insurrection, Capital Carnage, Rebellion. They dropped all of those around 2003 and instead gave the WWE basically its own wrestling promotion. For a while, the company put on UK-only pay-per-view events like Battle at the Royal Albert Hall, One Night Only, Capital Carnage, Insurrection, Rebellion. They dropped all that eventually in favour of giving the country its own promotion. The WWE crowned its first ever United Kingdom champion in 2017, and a year later, it would reveal plans for NXT UK, its very own NXT brand for the British Isles and beyond. NXT UK now operates as its very own entity in the WWE universe, with weekly TV shows and periodic NXT UK takeover events. We may not be getting a SummerSlam at Wembley again anytime soon, but that's pretty cool. Talking of the greater WWE universe, U is also for the Universal Championship. When the WWE title went to SmackDown, it left a gap on Monday nights for a top belt, very akin to what happened during the brand extension in 2002. So the Universal Championship was born. Finn Balor was the first ever Universal Champion. However, he was forced to vacate the title 24 hours later after suffering an injury in the match that won him the belt. Kevin Owens would go on to become the Universal Champion. From there, we would see Goldberg hold the belt shortly after that, and then Brock Lesnar would get his big meaty hands on it. And as it stands right now, Brock Lesnar has had the longest amount of time with the Universal Championship to date. WWE love it when belts play hokey cokey. You know, you put one in, one out, shake it all about. The Universal Championship, born for Monday Night Raw, now lives on SmackDown on the collective shoulder of The Fiend / Bray Wyatt. Talking of belts, U is also for United States Championship. Now, there's been many iterations of a US title in professional wrestling, but this bad boy was introduced to WWE fans in 2003 as part of SmackDown. The lineage of this US title is the lineage of the WCW US title that came over to the WWF when the WWF bought WCW, because they won the war and they can write history like that, I guess. The belt was rebooted at Vengeance 2003 by Eddie Guerrero. John Cena would go on to have a really good run with the US title, even getting his own custom one. It spins. It's good, innit? The longest tenure with the United States Championship belongs to that guy right there, Dean Ambrose, who held the belt for 351 days when he was in the Shield. The only person that comes close to that is Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP, who held the belt for 343 days on SmackDown. That belt, born for SmackDown, is now a part of Monday Night Raw, continuing not just the great legacy of the WCW US title, but the great legacy of WWE playing jiggery-pokery with their title belts. Two lads very familiar with titles. U is for the Usos, Jonathan and Joshua, aka Jimmy and Jay, the sons of Rikishi Fatu, who went into the family business and joined the WWE's development system, FCW, in 2009. They debuted on WWE TV, laying out the Hart Dynasty in 2010, and went on to become tag team champions 6 times. Over the years, they've competed with their cousin Roman Reigns and against the New Day, as well as many other great tag teams in WWE. There have been some legal troubles lately for the Usos, but regardless of that, they are a solid part of a tag team division. Depending on who you ask, this next U is either Umaga, if you ask most people, or Umanga, if you ask William Regal. Umaga arrived in WWE in 2006 alongside Armando Alejandro Estrada. This is actually the second time that we have seen Umaga, aka Eddie Fatu, in the WWE, as he was part of 3 Minute Warning in 2002. Henchman hired by Eric Bischoff to get shot of anybody who wasn't bringing the goods on Monday Night Raw. Umaga went on a tear on Monday Night Raw, all the way to the top of the mountain, where on 2 occasions he came this close within the space of a month to defeating John Cena for the WWE Championship. 2007 continued to be a calendar year for Umaga. Not only had he come close to becoming the WWE Champion, but he represented Vince McMahon in the Battle of the Billionaires across the ring from Bobby Lashley and future American President Donald Trump. That's a weird match to look at, isn't it, when you think about it? That's weird. Umaga passed away in 2009, but for a very short period of time in 2007, Umaga was very much on the lips of the WWE Universe. For Samoa! U is also for Under the Ring. If you look under a WWE ring, you'll normally find a plethora of items to give you the advantage in a match. Steel chairs, tables, ladders, dustbins filled with more weapons, toolkits, hockey sticks if you're in a hockey arena, and Hornswoggle. Actually, Hornswoggle proved there is more than just that under the ring when Triple H and Shawn Michaels were called to Little People's Court. which you can only access by going under the wrestling ring. That was a thing that happened. Why do people think wrestling's weird? I don't know. Incidentally, as well as all of those weapons and Little People's Court, there is also a portal to hell under the ring, as we have seen Kane and the Fiend Bray Wyatt, among others, rip through the ring and drag a wrestler quite literally to hell. I presume whoever puts the ring up in WWE has to be exorcised before they leave the venue. U is also for Unforgiven. With the exception of 1998's one that fell just after WrestleMania, Unforgiven was the first fall/autumn WWE pay-per-view from 1999 until 2008. The first Unforgiven pay-per-view in 1998 saw the first ever Inferno match as Kane and The Undertaker battled it out, brother versus brother, in a ring surrounded by fire. Unforgiven 1999 gave us the first ever six-pack challenge featuring The Rock, Mankind, Kane, The Big Show, Triple H and the British Bulldog, with Stone Cold Steve Austin as guest enforcer for the vacant WWF Championship. And we got the first ever scramble matches in 2008's iteration of Unforgiven, where the wrestlers would compete to see who would basically get the final pinfall of a multi-man match. It was quite literally a scramble. Fun fact, Carlito wrestled 3 different members of Evolution at 3 consecutive Unforgiven pay-per-view events. He wrestled Ric Flair in 2005, he wrestled Randy Orton in 2006, and Triple H in 2007. You're welcome. And who is the man featured on the most Unforgiven pay-per-view posters? We cannot leave the letter U without talking about The Undertaker. Mark Calloway's gimmick had wrestle crap written all over it, didn't it? Undead zombie that was led to the ring by a man called Paul Bearer, originally Brother Love. How was that gonna work? Undertaker made his WWF debut in 1990 at the Survivor Series and has proved all the doubters wrong. That gimmick truly did work. In fact, that gimmick made him a legend. Nobody knew when The Undertaker walked down to the ring at Survivor Series that we were looking at a future Hall of Famer. Nobody knew at WrestleMania 7 when The Undertaker defeated Jimmy Snuka that we were seeing the birth of the now famous Undertaker WrestleMania streak. Undertaker would win the WWF Championship a year after his debut. He would only hold it for 6 days, but the statement had been made. The Undertaker was at the top of the WWF. Over the years, Undertaker has evolved from coffin building enthusiast to demon lord, to leader of a goth army, to tobacco chewing bike enthusiast, back to an undead zombie, and now a mystical figure that turns up every so often to dig some holes for some souls. Undertaker has warred with everyone. He's buried people alive. He's been buried alive. He's shut people in caskets. He's been shot in caskets himself. He's fought in rings, in graveyards, inside cages, and on top of cells. When his undefeated streak ended at WrestleMania 30, so did an era in wrestling. Now, The Undertaker just makes sporadic appearances to maybe drop a chokeslam or a tombstone, rest some people in peace, and he's very much considered by everybody from his peers to the WWE Universe as a Hall of Famer in waiting. So that's you on the A to Z of WWE. Next time we're together, I'm gonna give you the V. Yeah, you heard me. Bye! Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.